What is up, YouTube? I'm Kyle. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Watching my statistics, guys, 83% of people watching my videos are not subscribed to my channel. Like, what are you even doing? Just hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit that like too. Helps the YouTube algorithms. I have no idea how it works, but that's what I've been told, and everybody likes making money. So, without further ado, let's check it out. So today is just kind of a follow-up, final review on how much trimming needs to be done for 35s. If you saw the video when I threw them on, they cleared in the front, daily driving, no issues, cleared in the rear, daily driving, no issues. So then my first off-road trip was to the sand dunes, and I didn't have any issues with rubbing in the rear. It just kind of polished the plastic on the fender flares a little bit, didn't grab or rip anything. In the front, I did have a little bit of a clearance issue on the sand dunes, and we'll go over that. And then just last week, if you saw my video, I went rock crawling and completely ripped the fender flares off the rear. And we did actually, most of what you were hearing was it grabbing that metal and just absolutely demolishing it and folding it down. So we're gonna see how much that we can fix with some hand tools and call it good. So there was more trimming that needed to be addressed there. So that's what we'll do today. Let's check it out. So in the rear, it was only rubbing a real little bit at the back. You can see a little bit of marks there from the tire, but really no issues in the rear of the fender. The issues were all in the front. So basically, there was a metal ledge about right here. I've removed probably about ½ an inch to an inch of material right here that it was catching on. Not just the plastic that was here, but the metal behind it even. Didn't have enough clearance. So I have trimmed that much plastic off the fender flare. I have cut the metal back about ½ an inch and painted it black so it's less noticeable. This metal right here used to be red. It looked real bad with the cutting that I did, so I just spray painted that black. And yeah, now it doesn't look great. I'm not gonna beat around the bush about that. I'm not super happy that I had to cut that much, but that's kind of the name of the game, right? You want to run big tires, you're gonna run into rubbing issues. So we got that finished, and that now clears. You'll see at the end of this video when I stuff it up into the wheel well here. So in the front, just to follow up on what I've said before, so if you'll remember, I did the full 420 motors chop, removed this about inch of material, inch of metal, and then drilled new holes for the fender flare to pop into and popped that in there. And so that's good. The only place the front rubs is not even turned. It has full clearance turning just fine. But when the tires are straight in the sand dunes, when you shove it all the way up into the wheel well with a lot of force, then it rubs the top of the fender right there, and it rubs that part of the fender right there. But even rock crawling, it does not rub turned and stuffed. So that's funny that the front cleared rock crawling, but not in the sand dunes, and the rear cleared in the sand dunes, but not rock crawling. The front has less articulation, but it takes harder hits when you're off-roading at speed. So I will flex it out for you and show you what they look like all stuffed. right, so this is really funny, guys. I did this about 30 minutes ago and flexed it the other way. I had the driver tire up and the rear passenger up, and all 4 tires were on the ground. So now I did it this way. And this tire is a good 2 inches off the ground. So we are fully flexed out here. I don't really know what to say for the difference in flex one way versus the other, but let me know in the comments if you got any guesses on that. Just a couple things to check. Brake line still has isn't too tight, so that's good. Here you can get a real good shot of the trimming that I did. So you can see the metal that I cut out there, the plastic that I cut out. One of the spots that it was rubbing really bad was there was a screw right where my finger is that screwed the plastic into the metal, and it was just grabbing that screw and ripping down. So that screw is gone. The metal that held that screw is gone. And yeah, now we have full clearance to fully stuff that tire up in there. So you can see it needs all the clearance that I gave it now. So before I did that much trimming, it was rubbing when it was stuffed. So yeah, that's the rear. Let me know if you have any questions on that. Up here in the front, not much to see on this side. This is the side, obviously, that's fully drooped. You can check out the sweet angles on the lower control arms there in the front. And if you noticed, I did take all the skid plates off. I'm in the process of cleaning and repainting those from rock crawling damage. So this one's stuffed up here in the front, not rubbing on the top. Obviously nothing on the front with my bumper, and not even close to rubbing. Stuffed straight. If I'm not real comfortable turning the wheel to full lock while it's on that ramp, but if I was to turn the tire, it does clear. Just it gets all the way back in here and just barely clears when it's turned. So yeah, thank you for checking out this video, guys. Make sure you stay tuned for the next one, and yeah, let me know what you think of stuffed 35s on a 1-inch lift.